So I arrived at the little gold prospector village of Nanga. Well, no lostmen here or homestay. not even some little restaurant or something. They say even the road finishes here, although I'm sure that a road accessible for motorbikes continues. Don't know if they have any commercial agriculture here. They have a lot of fruit trees around the houses. This little river here, quite black water, meaning that it comes from a forested and probably peat swamp area. So there must be peat swamps in the mountains. This river is black. That also means that there are no or very few gold claims upriver. But just a couple 100 meters in this direction, it joins a bigger river, and on the satellite photographs of Google, the bigger river is completely whitish yellowish, and you can see dozens of claims around it with gold prospecting going on. Here the Shorea trees, those are the highest, the tallest angiosperms in the world. People here collect an oil from them, which is good for cooking and also for cosmetics. Those are not very tall. I guess those have been broken by storms and floods many times. Yeah, what shall I do, folks? Like usually, people here tell me I'm the first white man who has arrived in this remote village. Oh, by the way, those are the little toilet houses. Also, you wash in the river and drink from the river. I took a bath in the river. Let's see what nice presents I get from here. Yeah, so what shall I do? I can go over this bridge here, continue about 20 kilometers or 30 kilometers to the last villages in this valley. Although they told me it's better to go by the river, which would cost me 200,000 rupiah. Can still think about it. Maybe I will do it. Yeah, I mean, sounds like a plan. Or I can go back, or I can look around here a little bit, or I can go back about 3 kilometers where there is some quite good jungle near this village. Very nice and peaceful place. Very nice and peaceful place. They told me that there is a speedboat to a village called Patubakulit upriver. But I wonder how a speedboat can go through this river. Especially here, where they have bulldozed a road through the river. That's too shallow for any boat. Not even something inflatable could go here. I wonder if this is this type of boat where you have to get out every 200 meters and push. Beautiful here, the Shorea trees with giant ecosystems with a lot of different shrubs and trees and herbs and vines and orchids growing on them. Wow, those are some of the most loaded trees I've seen from nearby. Yeah, I really would like to take a speedboat here. It seems like this ride goes through more or less undisturbed forest, as witnessed also by the color of the river. Let's see if I manage to go there. Those trees are also ancient. Some of them are like 2 meters thick. Beautiful. Really glad I came here. People are a little bit strange, as is normal in gold prospecting areas, but yeah, I'm really glad I came here. Santal! I found santal fruit lying on the ground. A little bit smallish, but some of the wild species and old varieties are this small. Oh, or maybe the season hasn't started and the trees shedding the infected fruit, the ones that have worms and other pests inside. Yeah, they are rotten. Maybe the fruits that come later will be of decent size. This seems to be like some sort of ancestral fruit forest. What is this? Still some tall. Here a little camp, probably to wait for the durian to fall. The two giant shorea trees, look at that. Very interesting stems which have evolved in a vertical way like a plank. This thing is almost 3 meters thick in that direction. Look at all the roots of those giant epiphytes. There is a whole forest growing on this one. Well, in this direction, as you can see, wow, look at this. In this direction, well, even apart from that buttress, it's less than 1 meter thick. The buttress maybe 30 centimeters thick and the rest less than 1 meter thick. Look at this ecosystem. Those are pandanus. There are 3,000 pandanus plants growing up there, and a lot of trees and shrubs and other epiphytes. Wonderful. And here they are, my cute bananas. The big yellowish male flower and a quite big fruits, but far from ripe, and I know better than to pick them green. And here yet another of the beauties. Ain't it pretty, folks? Giant flower bud which is being eaten by the locals. Here you can see the male flowers, the ones that look like small bananas. The bracts are bright yellow on the inside and pink on the outside. And then a lot of bananas. They're quite pale. Are they ripe-ish? Or are they still unripe? I better leave them alone. I knew the name of the species, but of course here there is not even electricity, and asking about the internet, I think people would think that even a stupid white man should know better. Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and the people in the beautiful village of Nanga in the heart of Borneo told me that this tree here is called Ubay. So the tree is pohon ubay or ubay tree, and the fruit is buah ubay. They also said it's sweet and I can eat it. What more do you want, especially outside of the fruit season? Quite small fruit. I suspect that it's something in the myrtaceae, maybe some syzygium. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, sweet and sour, slightly tangy. Typical myrtaceae flavor. Those are the leaves. Yeah, the unripe fruits. They have this. They have the.
Bisa untuk obat sakit perut.
Tidak mengerti.
Bisa untuk dimakan, bisa untuk obat sakit perut. Kalau kita sakit perut.
Makan sedikit.
Banyak pun boleh.
Ah, okay. So he says I can eat a lot. Okay. This is what the calyx looks like. Probably had 4 petals, the way it looks, or 4 sepals. I think those are the sepals. So it's 4 sepals. Cannot see flowers, only young fruits. So folks, yeah, a nice new fruit here in the heart of Borneo. Stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful villages inside the jungles of the heart of Borneo. And of course, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. This bridge is the main way of crossing the river. Quite normal in jungle areas. Of course, nowadays with a little bit of modern technology, well, nothing to scare me. My native country of Bulgaria, those type of hanging bridges, they have been normal for centuries. It is still quite common. Nice view over the beautiful river. Couple sunken boats. I wonder how much I would have to pay to buy one of those. Probably 20 times its true value. Orchids and ferns and other epiphytes growing here on this shorea tree. Those trunks are really crazy. The trees are bending over the river and the trunks are assuming that strange shape. Beautiful. I kind of suspect that there is not too much electricity here, so maybe I should be a little bit more stingy with my battery. But it's so beautiful and so peaceful in the afternoon, shortly before it decides whether it's gonna get a tropical downpour or not. Maybe I should free this bridge because they use it with the motorbikes. It's the main, as I said, it's the main connection between the two banks of the river. Oh, there is one coming. Is it coming my way? Nope, this one passed away. I would like to take a video of one of them crossing the river on this hanging bridge. Hi folks, this is all the fruit. When you follow trails, they lead you to something. I followed this trail through the secondary bush in an area near a village in the heart of Borneo, and I can say I struck gold. I kind of suspected the trail is going to one of those big bananas. I forgot the species name, and there's no internet here. It's the one with the yellow pinkish flower. This is a very pure specimen, by the way. Just 2 meters away, another species of banana is growing with the pink flower, with pink bracts, bright orange flowers, small whitish fruits which are very sour but very tasty. This one has pinkish bracts and yellow flowers. The yellow flowers are not visible here, only the bracts. Well, what did those people get here? Why did they make this trail through the brush? Well, they did not get the banana fruits. They got the inside of the banana pseudostem. It seems like they chopped up 2 pseudostems, which were still young, not bearing any fruits or even flowers yet. Let's see, one pseudostem they chopped off here, the other one here. So they did not take the older pseudostem, but basically the pups. They also did not take them, oh, those ants, look how they are biting. They also did not take them to transplant them because they chopped them off. Now I think they took the core of them for cooking. Interesting. Now I just have to find the ripe fruits of this one to finish off the video. And maybe I have to ask somebody in the village if they can cook me a banana pseudostem. Here I spotted some banana leaves which have been chopped off, but I see only the flowers of the smaller species. Would be interesting to know if the smaller species is being used in the same way, or if they used the other species. Here, by the way, the flowers of the smaller species and the fruits. Most of the bananas here are quite widespread. There are a couple rare species, but those two you can also find in Sarawak. So, what did they do? Here, quite a big banana plant. They chopped it off about 1 meter above ground and took what exactly? In this case they might have actually taken, oh, the grass here is has very sharp cutting edges. Here they chopped it off again, and then what did they actually take? The only thing that's conspicuously missing is the bunch of bananas. So I guess in that case they harvested the bananas. The leaves are here, the pseudostem is here, at least most of it. What do you think, folks? Did they take an upper part of the pseudostem? No, I think they took the banana bunch. Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and it turns out that it's not as easy to advance into the heart of Borneo as I thought. So for the next 20 kilometers on that little jungle river, I got several offers between 1.5 million and 2.5 million. Well, of course I'm not gonna pay that, not even in rupiah. That's like around 1 to almost 200 euro or dollars. Some people tell me it's the normal price, like 1.5 or a little bit over 1 million, but I don't care. I'm a stingy one. So probably I will not be able to get into the true jungle from here. Although there is quite good dark looking jungle on the satellite photographs a little bit ahead. Well, here another nice bridge crossing those little streams. Right now I'm still in some sort of caoutchouc plantation setting. Okay, I hope those trees are not too rotten already. How do they know when to change that stuff? Also, what are they using for tying it? Yeah, so for now I'm marching through caoutchouc plantation. It's like this, folks. Wherever they cut down the forest and build a road, there is some agriculture, especially caoutchouc, so that competes with the original rainforest. The caoutchouc plantations usually look quite light green. Oh, by the way, are those orchids? Oh yeah, beautiful little orchid flowers. Here some more really cute little orchids. Yeah, so here still caoutchouc, light green. On the aerial photograph, still quite a lot of biodiversity here because the jungle is nearby. But a couple 100 meters ahead it should turn into true rainforest. Couple 100 meters further, forest changes its character a little bit. It's darker, denser. I wouldn't say that this is pristine rainforest. Probably it has been locked. Also, there are some species which do not belong here. But and there are vines on the ground and trees over the trail. But at least it seems it's recovering. Let's see what fruits we have here. Oh, that seems to be this Marquisa hutan, this inedible relative of the passion fruit. Bamboo, also a sign of disturbance. So, getting more jungle-like, but no real jungle yet. Santol and monkey guava on the ground, both very good fruits, but I guess the santol, it will still, it's still shedding the fruits which have worms and stuff. Too early for the good santol fruits. The monkey guava, well, let's see. Yeah, nice and ripe. Hope I can get a couple more things to forage. Getting more jungle-like, but still a bit too bright for real jungle. Here and there are sandbanks along the river. Well, gravel banks. Good that there is no gold in this river. It would be so. Right now they are leaving it alone after they took away the good timber. Well, more or less leaving it alone, I guess. There are a couple farms along this river here and there, but no gold at least. And at least they left those shorea trees which are growing over the water. The other side, this doesn't look very natural, looks quite planted. Really? Okay, the price for the boat seemed quite high, but when I look at the river, looks like we would have to pull the boat half of the way. Don't think a speedboat can get through those rapids, and those are still quite tame. They must be also crazier rapids ahead. Yeah, but still, sorry folks, I understand that it's a lot of effort to get a big fat white man up the river. but still the price is a bit steep. So far upriver we are 700-800 kilometers away from the estuary, so the man-eating saltwater or estuarine crocodile should be absent here. There could be some little freshies here, small freshwater crocodiles which do not eat people. There should be a lot of giant pythons around here, but yeah, if you leave them alone, they leave you alone. And I think for me to be a good meal for a python, it must be one of the record-breaking ones, well over 7 or 8 meters. Don't think the smaller ones can handle such a big chunk of meat. So yeah, what else do we have here? Well, so close to the village, I don't think there will be too much. I mean, there are hunters in the village. Don't think the bears come that close. There are no tigers or elephants in those jungles around here. No other big cats. I should be safe from the big wildlife. All the small diseases and parasites, well, me taking a couple baths in the village was a lot more dangerous than coming up here into the clean river. Tell me, folks, how do you use a boat on this? This is not even ankle deep. How are they supposed? I'm starting to understand the price. It's not just a boat ride, it's basically a, yeah, pulling your boat by a rope. Here, by the way, is this ginger, which grows a lot along Borneo rivers. Like all gingers, it's edible, and like all gingers, it's being used by the locals. They used even the gingers which are too spicy, too astringent, and too bitter for us. This one, mostly sweet, dry but sweet. Deep pool ahead. I guess I don't want to get too wet. Now I have to decide. I'm on an island right now. To decide left bank or right bank. There is a rock on the right bank, couple big trees on the left bank. Well, let's try the left bank. Haven't been there yet. Oh, tiny little fish. Well, there must be bigger ones in this river, of course. Fish is one of the staples of the people around here. Oh, and look, beautiful water plants. They are stabilizing the ground. You see here? They are even getting above water. Guess those are their flowers, those stringy things. So underneath them there is no rock or anything, there's just sand, and those little plants have stabilized it. Beautiful. Now let me go over those tree trunks and to the other bank. Hope this giant seed in the river. I'm not sure where it comes from. I guess it's from those giant beans. Those beans can get like 2 or 4 or was it even 6 meters long? I think they were considered the biggest fruits by some. And they have such seeds. However, around here, the giant beans I've seen are like usually 0.5 meter to 1 meter long. But yeah, I mean, this could come from one of them. Beautiful river. I'm so glad I'm here. What a pity it's so expensive to hire a boat. This little frog thinks that it's camouflage. Up, it's gonna be enough, and now it's gone. No real trail on this side. But still easy enough to walk. Termite colony, about 1 meter in the air, so that they can survive most of the floods. So traces of wild boar nearby. Trees are here quite small, about 10 meters tall, so definitely a secondary forest. Also monkey guava here and there, also a sign of a secondary forest. Now what's this? Haven't seen any of those yet. Here's something else. Not the fruit season, but you still find random seeds on the ground. No trail, so it's feasible but not too easy to walk here. A little crab hiding on land. I had to go to the other side, by the way. Advanced about 200 meters on this side, but had to turn back. So now I am on the, what is it, left, right bank. I'm always confusing them. And continuing on this side. Still no pristine jungle, but I understand why the color changed. This is not a caoutchouc plantation anymore. This is at least jungle-like. But still, a lot of the invasive monkey guavas. Tasty and invasive. Those mushrooms are a chanterelle relative. You find them on a lot of native markets. I'll stay away from them. 99% sure they are edible, but hey, we are in a tropical rainforest. There is such a biodiversity here. I'll stick to the fruits and stay away from the chanterelle mushrooms for now. Crossing a small side stream on this huge fallen log. This other log down here, by the way, traces of logging. I think this was supposed to go into a sawmill, but got lost on the way. Considering whether I should follow the little stream, walk through the bed of the little stream. So a kingfisher here, by the way, but of course I didn't have my phone out fast enough. I think I'll continue along the big river. I'm back in the river again, knee deep in the tea-colored water. Yeah. Beautiful. It's like the cliché of a jungle river. Big trees with vines hanging down, big fallen trunks. Yeah, we also do have such rivers in Europe, and often such rivers can look really pristine even when the surrounding countryside is pretty much degraded. This one sure looks pretty pristine, but left and right of us, or right and left of us, the forest has been locked and it's secondary forest. There are a lot of such cases here in Borneo where the only part which is still kind of pristine is along the river. In Sabah at the Kinabatangan River, this is very famous. There are oil palm plantations everywhere, so all the wildlife, from the small birds to the elephants, is concentrating around the river, and that's why the river has become so famous for wildlife cruises and stuff, because everything around it is completely degraded and the wildlife is along the river. Here the forest is kind of recovering, but the river has never been damaged as much as the forest, I would say. Since there are no fruits, let's concentrate on the flowers. So many flowers here which look like ornamentals, and yeah, often they're close relatives are in flower pots in our houses. If you think about it, in our houses it's warm all year round, so having tropical things in pots at home makes more sense than having temperate plants. Different species of water plants growing on dry land, so I guess they're amphibious. Those look some stuff that people have in their aquariums with tropical fish. Beautiful scenery all the time. Yeah, but this would have been a really tough thing, a really tough cruise, folks, going up there by boat. Maybe I should consider it. This would be a crazy adventure. Trotting on for what seems like hours, but I've only made slightly over 3 kilometers, changing between riverbanks and the riverbed. So now I decided to abandon the river. 400 meters this way should be some rice paddies, and a couple hundred meters behind them a dirt road. However, right now, when I want to cross the river, it's flowing deep and black. Let's see, seem to be a couple rapids ahead where I can cross. A beautiful jungle, and it must be even better during the fruit season. But they told me, yeah, October to December is fruit season, March is already again fruit season, but not January. Very interesting. Why have they chopped off those two things? There is some black sap oozing down. One of the countless uses of the local flora I'm not aware of. By the way, some time ago I saw barefoot footprints, so I'm not completely alone. Oh, and here is some sort of camp which was used until a couple weeks or months ago. Why do they have a camp here? Are there big durian trees around or what? Or maybe for fishing? Strange. Why is the camp right here? For hunting? Interesting. Well, anyway, they seem to be rapids ahead, or I can cross the river safely, I hope. I've crossed the river, saying goodbye for now to this beautiful countryside here. Now I have to go back through the dense secondary forest. The river is a dense. Well, as long as there are not too many vines, can still squeeze through. But if we get a lot of vines, I have to get out the parang. Also the small wash here on my right all the time. If you wonder why I'm not walking in there, of course it's quite sandy and muddy. For now I'm trying to stay on the high ground. I think I'll have to go down there and try it out. It would be a lot more interesting if this was a more original rainforest and not just a disturbed secondary forest interspersed with monkey guava. And I think actually there are a couple caoutchouc trees here which they never harvested. Oh, okay. And if it was the fruit season, yeah, talking about fruits here, the monkey guava. By the way, looks like all this was flooded, not just the wash, but also the flat ground above. There is still a lot of dirt on the leaves and stems. Must have been quite a gentle flood because it didn't upset too much all this plant material around here. Actually, the wash is quite easy to navigate. Just, you never know what's in those piles. Snakes, scorpions, spiders, you name it. Little fish, even in this tiny little amount of water, there are fish. But no fancy interesting fruits here, folks, no fruits. Here again some water plant. Haven't seen a lot of water plants in other rivers and streams here in Borneo, mostly because most of them are very dirty. But this one, look, something has eaten the fruits. I think this is quite similar to a species I encountered about 200 kilometers away from here. Look at the leaves. Well, at least if something is eating the fruits, it seems the fruits are edible. Some little fruits, no, rather flowers on this little plant. Here again, well, some inedible passion fruit relative. Spongy ground underneath. I have advanced slightly over 100 meters out of those 400s in quite some time. Wow, it's not easy to move here. Might look like a normal forest, but the ground is so spongy that this alone contributes to the effort. At least now I'm in a jungle, or in a secondary forest consisting mostly of jungle species. Not so much monkey guava. I haven't seen a caoutchouc tree around. So if those jungle species manage to remove the last monkey guava trees, this is on a good way to recover into a nice jungle. There is a hill on the left. Slightly bigger tree here. You can see that there were a lot more big trees here. Yeah, nice jungle. I like it. Still, I also would like to get out on the other river on the dirt road. Monkeys ahead. I like this jungle. Never mind that there are no fruits, but it seems to be quite a good secondary jungle. Up. I don't know if you can hear or see the monkeys disappearing through the trees. They were a lot closer when I first saw them, but now they are quite far away. You can still see trees shaking and hear them, but I think the phone is not as good as my eyes and ears. Here are a couple nice mushrooms growing on this tree. Huge snail on the ground. Yeah, let's go on this way. The forest becoming more disturbed again. More light, more exotic species. But this little wash is going in the opposite direction from the previous one, meaning I have already traversed the low watershed between the two rivers, the one full of gold and the one lucky enough to have no gold. Oh, I thought that this is from those fruits are from this little plant, but they are from some of the trees. Yeah, I've seen them on the roadside. Trees with big bunches of those little red fruits. Ha ha ha. I knew that this wash is really muddy. Ah well. Here, by the way, some beautiful ginger flowers seem to come out directly from the ground. I want my shoe. I mean my flip-flop. Oh, get it back. Now I want to wash it. Oh my. Sorry, little fishes. I have to pollute your little stream for a moment. Those were no rice fields, just lightly colored forest and shrubland. And I'm stuck here. Short stretches like this, 10-15 meters. Very easy to walk. And then again, something like that. Oh my. Where did I get myself into again? Yummy earth figs. There is a whole group of fig species which grow on stolons on the ground, like those here, and then when they are covered with leaf litter, you can even imagine they are growing underground. So this is a fig, folks. It looks like some strange mushroom, but it's a fig, but not ripe, I guess. See? It's a fig, but it's not ripe. Here a particularly large cluster. Those were, I guess, from last season, and those from this season. Well, pity they are not ripe. This species is not too tasty, but it provides you with a lot of nutrition. Why is my phone fogged up? The shapes and sizes of ginger flowers and colors especially are amazing. If I had stopped for every ginger flower, I wouldn't have made it even to here, but look at those beautiful yellow ones. Different species of earth fig. Let's see if those are ripe. Nope. They are still hard. And here the first banana, no fruits, but more bananas over there. Bananas mean disturbance, but you can see this by the type of the jungle, that it's quite disturbed. The bananas are just an additional symptom of that. What did I say about beautiful ginger flowers? The second I turned off the camera, I spotted those. There are thousands of species in the Singiberaceae. A lot of them have very ornamental flowers. And this species here has fruits. Another ginger, another Singiberaceae. Most fruits are disgusting, but a couple are tasty. Boring. Horseflies. Boring, but with an interesting flavor. Horseflies, go away. There are not even horses around here. What do they eat when they cannot get white people? Well, interesting ginger fruit anyway. Another beautiful flower, which is most probably a Singiberaceae. In front of me, banana flower. Ow! Ow, ow, ow. Well, spines here and there. Here a beautiful banana flower. I'm still lost. Have to go this way. Yeah, exactly this way. Some crazy ginger fruits growing on the ground. Okay, they are too hard, but here I have something better. Oh, what's the name of those little flowers anyways? Their fruits are edible. There are a lot of different species. They're also popular ornamentals. But yeah, the fruits of many species. Lost the biggest one. Fruits of many species. Fruits of many species are pretty tasty, but this just tastes like boring cucumber. Disappointing. Getting tired, but on the positive side I'm surrounded by bananas. Here I'm supposed to be in a slash and burnt area, but I guess it regrew or was replanted in the last years. I'm hearing one of the engines of the gold claims. Despite being in the heart of Borneo, I'm not in real danger as long as nothing happens to me. I'm just hundreds of meters away from the next little dirt road. But right now, I'm more interested in the bananas. Well, unlike the locals here, I have been keeping my parang in my backpack all the time, but now maybe I can chop down some bananas. Let's see, a lot of competition among those bananas, so not too many fruits. Here another crazy ginger, eh? I think I've never seen that many gingers on such a short trip. Flowers covered with some goo, devoured by ants. That's what the fruits look like. Saw some banana flowers here, yeah, the small The small one with the pink. Oh, and here we have the big one with the yellow flower. Hope you can see it. Let's go closer. Although its fruits have already rotted away. Well, here the big yellow banana flower, though this is a puny specimen. Oh, there's more interesting stuff around here, folks. Yeah, don't click away. Several interesting things. First, earth figs, but in this case hanging down from the tree. Second, yet another ginger flower. Third, oh yeah, did I already mention the earth figs? You see here, they are growing on the ground, but here in front of me, earth figs are hanging down from the tree in big bunches. One of those species can get the size of hamburgers, not the taste of hamburgers actually. And here I saw a couple bunches of bananas. Oh, well, first let's go in this direction and show you the other species. The one I tasted in Sarawak. The flowers are orange, the bracts are pink. You cannot see the flowers right now. The bananas are very sour and very tasty. There is slightly more ripe one. This seems to be a stand of the small banana, but here on the other side we have big stuff. So maybe can finally get some ripe fruits from this yellow flowered banana. What was it? Was it Musa borneensis, the Borneo banana? Maybe. Big stand, and over there a couple big bunches. How do I recognize if this banana is ripe? Well, with most bananas it's easy. If they get yellow, they are considered ripe. But some wild bananas remain green even when ripe. This bunch here is slightly yellowish. This bunch is rotted away. Oh, beautiful big flower over there. Big bunch of young bananas. So let's see. Might get lucky with those here. Wow. Oof. Ooh, tough pseudostem. Come on. Come down. Come to daddy. Whew. Here it is, and yeah, some of the fruits seem to be ripish. Finally. I should make a separate video about those. First, let's try one. So this is the yellow flower banana, folks. I forgot if it's the Borneo banana or some other one. Good size fruits, filled with seeds. Not completely ripe, this one. Some sweetness, some sourness, but still not too juicy. Some good banana flavor, yeah. They told me they feed them to the pigs here. Not bad. But the softer, riper one would be easier to separate from the seeds. But good banana, good taste. Here yet another species of earth fig. The small ones are tasty. As you can see, some animal has already enjoyed them. Let's see if we find a decently ripe one. This here could be decently ripe one. Oh yeah, it's ripe. You eat the brown goo inside. Nice, sweet and sour. Not bad for something that grows on the ground. I ended up in a valley with those razor sharp grasses, but in the jungle they are like 1 meter tall. Here they are over 3 meters tall and completely dense. So I'm advancing by a technique where I throw a stick on the grass and then trample it down. Oh my. The locals, they don't enter such areas because they are full of snakes. And I'm going here with my flip-flops. Oh, broke my stick. Okay, I continue. Totally exhausted. I reach the top of a small but steep hill. It was less than 15 meters, but according to my phone, the dirt road should be 10 to 15 meters ahead of me. Let's see. Let's see if this is true. Since the dirt road didn't go up any hills, I guess I have to go all the way down. Oh, again. Oh. Oh. Still cannot see the road. Oh. There's a rice paddy ahead. No road, but 2 rice paddies. The one in the low is a wet rice paddy. In front of it, on the hill, don't know if you can distinguish them. It's a dry. Oh, there is the dirt road. Oh, freak. Yeah, I'm about 6 meters away from the dirt road, but 15 meters. Phone turned off. There is a trail. How can I? Underneath me there is nothing, folks. Underneath those ferns, it's a vertical slope. Cannot simply slide down there. Actually, it's not completely vertical. Seems to be the same dirt road yesterday. I just didn't walk that far. Down here, some tasty little fruits. Those here, they're growing very close to the ground, so you should pick them only in clean places. Oh, come on. Are those already gone? Where are some? Oh. Huh. Here is one, but nothing in there. Huh. Funny. Don't seem to be. The Singapore rhododendron, another common roadside plant, beautiful ornamental, protects you from toothache, and last but not least, you can eat the very unusually looking fruits. They're also quite hard to get off. Basically, you smash them each time. But they are tasty enough. Sweet, not much flavor to them, but an easily recognizable plant. You'll find along roadsides in most of Southeast Asia. We're having at one of the gold prospector camps. Those are some of the wealthier ones. Nice metal sieve and the big bulldozer. Most of them just have wooden self-made equipment. Hope this one is more ripe. Coming from the small plant here. Yeah. Ripe and tasty. Not the best one I've ever eaten, and for some funny reason. Seems to be the only fruit, but yeah, good enough, definitely.